Canadian Cancer Society. My name is Steph from Mindful Connections Yoga. Please remember to click the link in the description to donate to the Canadian Cancer Society. Let's begin our practice today in our regular easy pose, connecting the sit bones to the mat, reaching the crown of the head tall, tucking the chin in slightly. You can leave your hands resting gently on your lap or bring your left hand to your chest, right hand to your belly. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And begin to bring awareness to your breath. Gently bat the eyes open. Let your hands fall to the side. And let's come up onto our knees. We have two options for the rest of this warm-up. You can either come into hero pose, which is with toes untucked, tops of the feet flat on the mat, sitting up on your heels, making sure your heels continue to point up towards the sky, or tucking your toes, coming into Thunderbolt and staying here in Thunderbolt. For either hero or Thunderbolt, you can bring your blocks in between your heels and rest your sit bones on them, either with toes tucked or untucked. And you'll need a strap or a towel. So you can pause now and go grab that. Beginning with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, drop them down. Two more like that. Now slightly widening your grip. Inhale, bring the arms up, and then exhale, instead of bringing them down forwards, bring them behind you, opening up through the chest, bending into the elbows, straightening on the inhale, and exhaling forward. Inhale up, exhale, bend, come behind your head. Inhale up, exhale forward. Last one like this. Inhale, bringing your hands up, keeping them nice and wide, keeping your hips where they are. Drop your right hand down towards the side and gently crescent to the right. keeping tension on that strap. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring it over to the left. Left hand comes towards the mat this time. Inhale, come back to center and gently tuck aside your strap or your towel. Remove the blocks from between your legs. Crawl over your feet. Bring your right shin in front. Left foot tucks in front of the right shin. Right arm comes around the left knee. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, twist, looking over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Inhale, back to center. Switch the feet, bringing the left shin across, right foot in front. Left arm wraps around the right knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist over the right shoulder. And inhale, come back to center. Crawling over your knees. Coming into tabletop, untucking the toes. Knees under hips and hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze or cow. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, drop the head, cat. Come back to center tabletop, walking your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your toes to touch, walk the hands forward, and then drop the hips back, drop the forehead down. Balasana, child's pose. Inhale to look forward. Press down into the forearms, walking the knees together and back. Drop the pelvis down to the mat, pressing the tops of the feet and the pelvis into the mat. Lift the navel to spine. Look down just past your fingertips. Sphinx pose. Let yourself drop down here and walk your hands back so that your palms are facing up. Forehead's down in the mat. Exhale here, and then inhale, pull your hands, feet, and head away from the mat, holding through the back body, squeezing the glutes together. Hold here as you breathe. Inhale here, come a little higher. Exhale, drop it down. Bring the elbows out to the top corners of the mat. Stack the hands one on top of the other and let your forehead fall on your hands. Let your heels drop out to the side. Relax your glutes. Crocodile pose. Inhale, bringing your hands under your shoulders, tucking your toes. Move through tabletop. And then lift the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out your downward facing dog here. And rest here for a moment. And then inhale, walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to Tadasana. Shrugging your shoulders down your back body, tucking your pelvis, palms shine forward. Let's warm up our body with Sun Salutation A. Beginning here in Tadasana, exhale here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk out to plank. Lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Untuck the toes. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Hips come up and back, downward dog. Inhale, walking the hands up the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to mountain pose. Arms come up. Let's repeat that sequence again. Option here to bring in upward facing dog instead of cobra. Exhale, hands to heart center in mountain pose. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out to plank. Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Upward dog or cobra. Tucking the toes, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, volcano. Exhale, Tadasana. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, walking up to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Hands come to heart center. Now moving into the middle of your mat, coming into a wide-legged stance. Turning your toes outward. Let's bring our arms into cactus. Inhale here, exhale, bend and slide like you're sliding down a wall. Coming into goddess. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, 5-pointed star. Toes point to the long edge of the mat. Exhale, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold here. Now start to sway back and forth, bending into your knees. Inhale to center, exhale to bend, and sway to the other side. Couple more like that. And the next time you're bending to the right, stay there. Grab a block in case you need it. Lowering down onto the ball of that right foot. Extending the left leg out beside you. Foot can be flat on the ground or toes can face up to the ceiling. Bringing hands to heart center. Side squat. Bringing the hands down to frame that left knee. Press into the hands so you can bring your knee down to the mat. Untuck the toe. Bringing that left foot flat down onto the ground. Rolling straight up. Left hand stays on that outstretched leg. Inhale, right arm comes up. Crescent to the left, gate pose. Inhale, windmill the arms down, finding the mat beside you. Come into a version of side plank. Option to leave that left leg down on the mat, or inhale, bringing it out to the side. And dropping it back to the ground. Bringing the hands back down in front of you, tucking on the back toes, and then walking the back toes up to come in line with, so that the right and left feet are in line with each other, and roll back up to standing. From here, bringing your heels together, we'll repeat that on the left side. Inhale, arms come out into cactus. Exhale, bend the knees, slide down into goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, toes point to the long edge of the mat. Inhale here, exhale, swan dive forward, coming into a forward fold. Inhale to center, exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale to center, bend over to the right. Swaying back and forth with your breath. Next time you're over to the left, stay there. Coming up on the ball of the left foot. Spreading the right foot out wide, either connecting the bottom of the left foot with the mat or bringing your heel towards the sky. Hands come to heart center or can rest on that block in front of you. Balance is a real challenge in this one. Bring your hands down to your mat, press into your hands so that you can walk your toes back, coming up onto your knee, rolling up here, Extending that right hand, sliding it down. The left hand comes up and over. Exhale, gate pose. And then windmill the arms, coming down here into a side plank. Option to stay here with the leg down or raising your foot out. And let that foot come down. Now bring both your knees together and tuck your toes behind you. Starting to prepare ourselves for camel pose. Bring your hands behind you and place the back of your palms on the small of your back. Open up through the shoulders, keeping your hips stacked right on top of your knees. If you start to feel like this is enough of a stretch through your shoulders, stay here. For a little bit more of a stretch, place the palms of your hands on your sacrum, as if you're putting your hands into your jeans pockets. Bring your elbows behind you as far as they'll go, and start to bend backwards, arching through the back. And if this is feeling like a stretch, stay here. Gaze comes up to open through the throat, and bring them to the outside of your heels. From this position, with your hands in your back pockets, reach down to bring your hands to the blocks, opening through the chest. Or, if you're really open, reaching for the heels. Wherever you're at, bring your hands back to your sacrum to gently roll back out. Gently come back out, and then swing the feet in front of you. Walk forward to tuck the glutes out of the way. Coming into Dandasana, staff pose. Inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward towards the toes. And then once you've reached as far as you can, round through the upper back body. This time, try and bring your knees towards your nose, or your nose towards your knees. Inhale to round up. Bring your heels of your feet towards each other. Holding onto your ankles, pressing your elbows out into the insides of your legs. Hinge forward and then round forward into bound angle cobbler's pose. Baddha Konasana. Inhale, round back up, and then roll down onto your back, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees and make some knee circles going clockwise to begin. Feeling the back of your lower back. Get a gentle massage on your mat. And then go counterclockwise. Gently lay your feet down, walking your heels out as wide as your mat. Let your knees touch each other in the center. Heel toe your feet back in line with your hips. Open up your arms to the side. Press into your feet to bump your hips over to the left, and then lift your knees up and let them fall to the right. Keeping your left shoulder on the ground, bring your gaze over your right shoulder, left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, pressing your feet in, bump your hips back to center in line with your shoulders, and then one more time over to the right. Knees come up and over to the left. Right shoulder stays down and gaze comes over the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center, bumping your hips so they're in line with your shoulders. And then slide your feet out to opposite ends of the mat. Shrug your shoulders down the back body. Open your palms up toward the ceiling. Let your feet fall gently out to the side. And settle in for your version of Shavasana. Starting to focus in on your breath. Slowing your breathing down. Bringing your awareness to the front of your body. Scan your body, starting with your forehead, ears, chin, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, hips, front of the legs, and front of the feet. And then scanning back up the body on the back body, from the heels, calves, backs of the thighs, glutes, lower back, upper back, shoulders, neck, back of the head. Relaxing every muscle. You're welcome to remain in Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you're ready to come out, start to bring some gentle movement into your fingers and your toes. Rotate hands around wrists and feet around ankles. Reach your arms overhead and stretch from your fingers to your toes. And bend your knees and roll over onto your side. Gently press yourself back up into a seated position and bring your hands to heart center. The light in me recognizes, acknowledges, and appreciates the light in you. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. And thank you for any donation, small or large, to the Canadian Cancer Society for my fundraiser. Namaste.